Hi everyone. In this video, I'll walk you through how to set up your Zoho Billing organization so you can start handling subscriptions, invoices, and payments without any hassle. So let's begin. Once you log into Zoho Billing for the first time, you'll be prompted to set up your organization. Start by entering your organization details, including your location, state or province, and base currency. After completing this information, click Save and Continue. Next, update your industry and specify your billing model, whether you offer one-time billing, recurring billing, or both. Click Continue, then indicate how you currently bill your customers. If you are using an existing billing system, you will have the option to import your existing data. After completing these steps, click Get Started. You will then be redirected to a dashboard. This is what the administrator will see after entering the basic information in Zoho Billing. The dashboard also provides brief guidance on how to navigate the platform. From here, you can proceed to modify and complete the remaining organization details as needed. After logging in, the first thing you want to do is complete your organization profile. Just head over to Settings, then open Organization Profile. Here, add your company name, business hours, contact details, and your logo if you have one. This helps make your invoices look professional and ensures your business information shows up correctly. So we have an example here of an existing organization profile. So basically, you can add and modify here, such as updating the company name or the organization name. Then you can also change the industry or whatever industries your company under. Then we also have our organization location as well as the organization address. And we also have here the website URL. Next, take a moment to review your billing preferences. So if you scroll down further, this includes things like your default currency, time zone, payment terms, and invoice templates. Getting these right early on saves you time later and keeps your billing consistent. So we have here the primary contact. We also have here the base currency. So for this one, we have set it at PHP as default. And we also have here the fiscal year being adjusted to January till December. For the report basis, we have two options, either accrual or cash. The rest, we have the organization language, the communication languages, time zone, date format, as well as the company ID. If your business needs to charge taxes, go ahead and set that up under the taxes section. We'll close the settings. Then we go to taxes and compliance and click on taxes. You can add tax rates or groups depending on how your billing works. Once configured, taxes will automatically apply when you create invoices or subscriptions. Now, let's make sure you can actually receive payments. Under Payments Gateway, connect the provider you're using, like Stripe, PayPal, or another supported option. This allows customers to pay directly online, which makes the process smoother for everyone. Before you start billing customers, you'll want to define your products or services. This could be subscription plans, one-time charges, or add-ons. Setting this up ahead of time makes creating invoices or subscriptions much faster. So you can set that up by clicking on Product Catalog, and we have here three modules. So we have here the items where we can add the one-time item, and we also have the subscription items where you can add those recurring items. Finally, add your customers. So you go to the customer section, click new customer, and enter your details. Once they're added, you're ready to start billing right away. So we have one example here of an active customer. So through here, we can basically perform some transactions here, and any adjustments that we have made earlier will also be applied. And that's pretty much it. Once your organization is set up properly, managing subscriptions, invoices, and payments in Zoho Billing becomes much easier.
Hi everyone! In this video, I'll walk you through how to configure your company details and branding in Zoho Billing so your invoices, emails, and customer communications reflect your business professionally. Let's get started. Let's start with your company profile. After logging in, head over to Settings. This is usually found in the top right corner, and from there, open the Organization Profile section. This is where you'll enter your basic company information, like your business name, address and contact details, email and phone number, and business logo. Make sure everything is accurate since this information appears on invoices and customer communications. Next is where we add your branding elements. If you haven't uploaded your company logo, then go ahead and proceed, as this helps make your invoices and billing documents look more professional and consistent with your brand identity. You can also review how your company name and details appear on billing documents to ensure they match your branding standards. Now, let's move to templates under Settings. We have here the customization settings. Here you can customize your invoice templates, email notifications, and customer-facing documents. So we have here the PDF templates where we can add our invoices, sales receipts, credit notes, retainer invoices, payment receipts, retainer payment receipts, and customer statements. Let's open this one, an example of an invoice template. You can adjust the layout, color, fonts, and even add notes or payment instructions. This helps maintain consistency and gives your customers a more polished experience. Update the font color here as well as the background. And this gives us an overview of our template. So we also have the option to select color themes. And we have the option here to refresh the preview. Then once you're good with the changes, you'll just hit save. Accessing the template again, you can see the changes are still applied. You can also customize your email notifications, things like invoice reminders, subscription updates, or payment confirmations. So we have here the email notifications option. So we can adjust the templates. In general, we have the customer review notification. We can update our signature here, so this will be shown on our templates. Okay, let's check the detail content. We also have here the customer notifications as well as code notifications. We can also configure the customer portal invitations as well as the customer portal link templates. Well, make sure your sender name, reply to email, and messaging align with your company branding, as this keeps communication clear and professional. So now let's see an example here of an email notification. Okay, we'll go to the sales section and access the invoices module. We'll just open one example of an invoice record. And we can see here the template that we have modified earlier. So it's also applying the color scheme of green here. We also have the customize option to just directly customize through the invoice record, where we can update the template or we can just modify the template or update any logo and addresses. Here we can also choose our templates. Okay, once everything is good, so we will send the email. We can also attach a customer statement. Then we'll hit send. Okay, and an example of that email here. So the template is being applied for this invoice. So we can see here the attachments that we have added. Okay, this one is the recent email. Clicking the records, we can see that for the statement of accounts, this is using the template that we have set. And for the invoice, we can still see the same template being applied to the external file. So again, before going live, it's always a good idea to preview your invoices and emails. This helps ensure everything looks correct and matches your company's branding. And that's it. Configuring your company details and branding in Zoho Billing helps create a professional image, improves customer trust, and keeps your billing communications consistent.
In this video, we'll show you how to set your base currency and configure your regional preferences, essential steps to ensure your billing setup reflects your business location and financial standards. Let's begin. After logging in, click the setting icon in the top right corner of your dashboard. Under the Organization section, select Profile. This is where you manage your core business information, including your base currency. In the Organization Profile page, locate the base currency field. Your base currency is the primary currency used for all transactions, reports, and financial tracking in Zoho Billing. Choose the currency that your business operates in. Select the appropriate currency from the drop-down menu. Once you begin creating transactions, the base currency cannot be changed. Be sure to confirm your selection before proceeding. Then hit Save to apply your changes. If there are transactions recorded in your organization already, you cannot change the base currency as shown here on screen. For this one to be updated, that will have to involve with Zoho support or any admin assistance needed if you would like to update the base currency. But please note that this will also affect the current transactions that you have in your organization, which uses the initial base currency that you have set up here. Next, scroll down further and then we have our regional settings. This includes the time zone, date format, time format, number format, and language. These preferences ensure that your invoices reports, and customer communications aligned with your local standards. For example, choose the correct time zone to ensure accurate billing cycles. So for example, we will use here Pacific Daylight Time under America or Los Angeles. Select your preferred date format such as day, month, or year, or month, day to year. We have different options here. Apart from that, we can also adjust the number formatting to match your country's conventions. We can also adjust our report basis here, either accrual or cash. Then we can also adjust our fiscal year. If everything looks right, your setup is then complete. Now, so how to verify our changes here? We will close the settings and go back to the dashboard. Then we will select one of the modules here under expenses. And we will select one record here. So this expense will use the currency here, which is set as Philippine peso. So we will see here the PHP sign here. The dates will also follow whatever date format we have selected, as well as the time zone as selected in the settings. This will also be applied to the rest of the sales modules, such as the invoices, the subscriptions, the codes, as well as the credit notes. So we have here an example of our invoice record. So we can see the invoice template will also use the base currency, which is PHP. This will also fetch the date format that we have selected in the settings. And also, if you will be wondering what if there's a customer that has a specific time zone, you would say your company is, or your organization is worldwide, so you would have customers with different time zones. So for that case, we go to the customer module. So we will try to create a new customer. Select our display name and supply the rest of the fields. And here, we can see a currency selection. So we would say that this customer is from the US. So they will use the USD currency or the United States dollar. This would mean that all the invoices or billing records related to this customer will utilize the currency USD instead of the base currency. So we hit save. Then our customer is added in our active customers view. We will try to create a new transaction under this customer. Let's say we'd like to create an invoice for this user. And through here, we can see that the customer's currency here, which is USD, is being reflected by the time we initiate the invoice creation. Next, we supply the rest of the details. So we can select the items here, even though these product line items are using the PHP format. Let's say we'll be updating the quantity, so there will be 10. Then we go scroll further, and then we can see that no taxes being applied here. But for the taxes, we can basically just select here the available tax that we have added in the taxes setting. This will also automatically compute any rates that we have added here. So for example, we have 10 of these products costing 200 each. So here we can see the VAT of 12% is applied. So we have here the totals. And you notice the currency here being used in the totals is also in US dollars. Let's say we save this invoice as draft. So here we can also see that in the invoice template, we can see that the balance due uses the USD based currency here instead of HP. The rest of the amounts here also applied the US currency. And if we go back to the invoice list, we can see that it will not affect the rest of the invoices for the other customers. Given that we access one of the customers, for example, the person associated to this invoice, their base currency by default is not being modified, so therefore they will be using the base currency that was set up in your organization. Therefore, it will show PHP here. So setting up your base currency and regional preferences ensures accurate reporting and a seamless billing experience in Zoho Billing. With these settings in place, you're ready to manage subscriptions, invoices, and payments with confidence.
In this video, we will learn how to connect Zoho Billing with Zoho CRM. Integrating these two platforms helps businesses streamline their sales and billing processes by syncing customer information, invoices, and subscriptions between both systems. With this integration, sales teams can manage customers and deals in Zoho CRM, while billing and subscription management are handled in Zoho Billing. So to begin, log into your Zoho Billing account, navigate to Settings, then locate the Integration section. So this is usually found bottom part. From the list of available integrations, select Zoho App. Then we have here Zoho CRM. So click Connect to start integration process. Then you'll be prompted to select the Zoho CRM organization that you want to integrate with Zoho Billing. Once selected, authorize the connection to allow both systems to securely exchange information. Okay, after connecting the accounts, configure how data will sync between the two applications. So, for example, customers in Zoho Billing will map to contacts or accounts in Zoho CRM, or invoices and subscriptions can be viewed within CRM records. So for this example, we will select the customers, which will allow us to sync our accounts and contacts from Zoho CRM as customers in Zoho Billing. You click on Configure Now. Then we have additional settings here. So this is a mapping which ensures that customer information and billing data remain consistent across both platforms. So we can select accounts and their contacts. And we also have the option to include the contacts that are not associated to any account in the CRM. And next, we have to select the extent of the sync. So it's either we just only prefer one-way syncing or sync only your records with records, or sync both ways. You can sync both you and records with each other. Next, we choose how to handle duplicate customers. So both account and the standalone contacts from the CRM will be imported as customers in Zoho Billing. So the duplicate records of accounts are identified by comparing the account name field in Zoho CRM to the customer display name field in Zoho Billing, while duplicate records for standalone contacts are identified by comparing the contact email field in Zoho CRM to the customer email field in Zoho Billing. So we can choose to clone, override, or skip duplicate customers. So we'll just choose clone, which will create a new record with the same name and retain the existing ones. Next, select the view to be synced. So the accounts under the selected view will be fetched as customers billing. So I'll be adding this to all accounts. Next, we map our fields. So by default, the display name here will be mapped with the account name, which is the corresponding field in Zoho CRM. So on the left side are all corresponding fields in Zoho Billing. What we have to do on the right side, we have to map these fields accordingly to corresponding fields in the CRM. If we have a company name, we can just select any field here. But in the case that we'll be selecting the same field name, so this is not allowed in Zoho Billing. So for example, I'll be selecting account name here as well. Then it will show us an error here, which indicates that this CRM field is mapped with more than one field in Zoho Billing. That's not possible. So once that's done, so we proceed with selecting save and sync. So we can see here a status, which is sync in progress, which means that the syncing is currently in progress. And during this time, so we cannot perform another syncing. So for example, we have an item module here, which allows us to sync products from CRM as items in Zoho Billing. So this will show us an error message here, which says that the corresponding module is currently disabled in CRM. So which means that the product module in the CRM is not currently enabled. That's just for the case of the CRM account that I use for the integration, since I did not enable the products module there. Good to show that, so we logging into CRM. I believe this is the account that I'm using, so let's verify if there's a product module present. Okay, so it does not have anything containing product. It also cannot see the product module here, so which is why we can't sync, perform integration between the products and items. But if let's say the CRM that you're integrating has products, of course you would like to sync those products to Zoho Billing, so that's indeed possible. So let's go back to the CRM integration. So if once the syncing is complete, or once the integration is enabled, so the customer records can sync automatically between the CRM and billing. So you can see here that the CRM is now active with the email address added here as well as the sync modules. So we have here the contacts. So we can also see additional details here. So these are basically the settings that I have set up earlier. So we have here the configured modules we sync. So now the status is active. We see here a two-way sync between the billings and the CRM. You can also see the last sync time as well as the last push time, which is automatically updating every 2 hours. But we can also perform an instant sync if you'd like to perform immediate syncing rather than waiting for the schedulers to sync the records. Now let's go to the CRM. If we go to the CRM and access the contacts module, so what we are expecting here is that in order to verify that our syncing works, so we have to create contact records here. So our goal here is for these contacts to sync to Zoho Billing, which they will be added as customers. As far as the accounts, we have here two. I'll try to modify this one. All right. Okay, now let's go back to Zoho Billing. So let's close the setting. Then we go to the customers module. So currently we have this data present in our customers module. So I'm going to perform an instance syncing just to verify if our newly added records are synced to Zoho Billing, and we can conclude that the integration works. Let's click instance sync. And we see a status that is sync in progress. Okay, let's go back to the customers module. So as we can verify here, so the contact that I've added from the CRM, which is Proxy LA, is now shown in Zoho Billing's customer module. Okay, we can see here in that audit trail of the customer records, we have a contact updated. So this is imported from Zoho CRM. And we can also see here a contact person added, which is also imparted from the CRM. So this also works as well for any modifications made from the CRM. So if you notice that previously we have two DevDoc test accounts, and now the other one has been renamed to DevDoc test account name. So according to the account name that I have updated in the CRM. So with that, we can conclude that the integration works. So now when a new customer contact is created in Zoho CRM, so the record can automatically appear in Zoho Billing, which is allowing billing and subscription activities to be managed without re-entering information between the two platforms. So with the integration complete, the users can now view billing information directly from the CRM as well. So this includes the customer invoices, the subscription data, as well as the payment statuses. Okay, so connecting Zoho Billings with the Zoho CRM helps businesses centralize their customer management and billing workflows. So by integrating these systems, organizations can reduce manual data entry, improve billing accuracy, and give sales teams better visibility into customer subscriptions and payments. So this integration ultimately creates a more seamless workflow between sales and finance operations.